Well, as I mentioned in my previous video on the T4B, the miter saw stand, I got it as a package deal. It came with the sliding miter saw that I bought. And what I ended up getting was the 12-inch dual bevel glide miter saw, which by all accounts from what I've read and understood is an amazing saw. For those of you that need to know, the model number is the GCM12SD. So I'll do an unboxing on this. This box is obviously in a lot better condition because it didn't get shipped via UPS. I picked it up at the wood show in Tampa. So I'll go through it and let you know what I find. Well, there's the box open, just the way it comes. I haven't moved anything. Looks like it's packaged pretty well. Try and hold it up. You have to forgive me, my shop is very, very small. Don't have a lot of room. So we remove that piece of cardboard. There's the motor. Everything seems to be braced pretty well. Down here it looks like the information package. Luckily this one has instructions, and judging by the lack of parts in the bag, I would say it doesn't really take a whole lot to put this together. So I'll get the packaging out and let you take a look at it once I've done that. Well, I've got the cardboard inserts out of the way. Now you can get a better view of how it's packaged. Looks like the locking knob is nested down there for the swivel. There's the, I don't know if you can see it, the clamp to clamp wood down to the table. Everything else looks to be fully assembled on the saw. So it's going to take a little bit for me to get this out of here, so give me a few. Well, this is all the parts that I've found. This what was in the bag and what was in the box. The clamping device for the clamping lumber to the table. Again, the tightening knob for the swivel of the table. A bag with a couple of washers, a nut, and some other part I'm not sure. The locking handle. And then of course the useless vacuum bag, or dust bag I should say. Well, we'll get the saw out. Well, I got the saw out of the box. My God, this SOB is heavy, which is a good thing, I guess. I didn't expect it to be quite that heavy, but it is a heavy, heavy saw. The packaging is still attached to it, it's still zip tied down. You see some of the crating material and cardboard. It comes with a Bosch 60-tooth cross-cut saw blade, I'm sorry, which is kind of nice. I'll probably upgrade that to an 80-tooth, but right now it's better than nothing. So that's the saw in a nutshell. I'll cut all the packaging loose, open it up, and let you take a look at what it looks like in its put together state. Alright, got it all together. Let me point out a couple of things about this. There really isn't anything to assemble. You have to assemble the knob for the miter, and then the lever for the tilt or the bevel. Now, I'd seen in other videos that people were complaining about how difficult this lever is to operate. And when I first put it on, I thought maybe there was some sort of device that I was missing that wouldn't let it come up or down all the way, only to find out that it really is just pressure only. It is hard to move up. It moves up with a purpose, and I can't very well do it with holding the camera and doing this, but you can see that it takes a fair amount of leverage to loosen that, and then a fair amount of leverage to put it back. But it's just with a purpose. It's not hard. You don't need to use two hands. I think it's truly the way it's designed. It's just very robust. And of course the locking knob threads in. That's not rocket science. It did come with, or does come with, two tools. One is for actually the saw blade and multiple other items, but it's this Allen key, two different sizes of Allen key, and it nests down here to so you don't lose it. Kind of a neat idea. And then it comes with this socket device that is actually designed to fit the nut right here, so you use that in combination with the Allen wrench to put it on and tighten it. I don't know if it serves any other purpose just yet. I haven't been able to figure that out, but as I go further into it, I'll find out. There's your locking mechanism to hold your lumber down. It has this device lever to release the fence so that you can slide the fence over and make it bigger, or make your throat smaller. There's one on either side. It is removable, obviously, so if you want to, you can just loosen it here. Let's see if I can't get a better angle. Slide it back. And then if you want to take it off completely, it's just a matter of sliding this back a little bit, getting this out of the way, and then you can lift it off completely. And it slips back on, lock that back over. Pretty well thought out. It also has extendable wings on the side if you want to use it without the table. I obviously have the table, so I don't know if that'll serve any purpose. And with the weight of this saw, I don't see myself lugging it around to job site to job site. It is pretty heavy, but it does have the extendable wings. If you don't have the table, you want to put that on a bench. That comes in kind of handy. I think that's about it. When you want to put it down in the lock position, you just push in that knob right there. Let's see if I can't get it over here. This knob here, that releases it, that locks it. And when they say glide, they're not kidding. This thing is so easy, it's unbelievable. Compared to my previous saw, which was a traditional 2-tube arm compound miter, this is the difference is like night and day. It does have a depth of cut adjustment that you can put in here. So if you want to control your depth of cut, you just adjust this down. You move this over so that it has a positive stop to go against, and then you can control your depth of cut with that. When you want to override it, you just push this back in, and then it'll allow it to travel all the way through. So that's basically it. I'll shoot one more quick video on this when I get it attached to the table, just to give you an idea of what the overall setup looks like. Alright, we got the saw mounted to the stand. Relatively uneventful. Pretty simple to mount it to these mounting plates, these blue mounting plates that you see here that come with the stand. The saw mounts to those. It's actually, the mounting plates are designed to hold multiple different saws, so it's just a matter of finding the right setup for this one, and then bolting it down. Really nothing to point out. These are the knobs that control the ability for you to take the saw off of the stand. It brings these bars with it. They're permanently attached to the saw, but you can remove the saw from the stand if you're so inclined. And I don't know if I can get it underneath here. I don't know if you can see it, but it actually has rubber feet mounted to it, so you could set it attached to those braces. You could set it on a bench or another work surface. Other than that, all I had to do was check the blade for square. I checked it for 90, the blade against the fence, and I checked it for 90 for the blade against the table. I did notice maybe a 32nd of an inch. I'm not really sure, so I'll make some test cuts before I try to make any adjustments to anything. But it was minimal, but for the money of this saw, it should be dead on, so I'll just have to see. And the only other thing I did was I took a 4-foot level and I attached it to the table, and I pulled the these extensions out, the wings, all the way out to their full extension, I set the level on it, and then I just raised up these pieces so these pieces were level with the table. And that's just done with this red knob here, so you can raise it up or lower it down, just to make sure that everything was on the same plane. And that is about it. I'm happy with it so far. Of course, I haven't cut anything yet, but I am happy with it so far. I'm going to lock it all down. You can also lock the slide like that red lever right there. So in that position, it allows the slide to move. And then if you put this lever down, then it locks the slide so it won't move, which is handy when you're folding the saw up. They don't say it anywhere in the manual, but they do recommend, they show a photo of it in every photo when the table is folded up and the saw is on it, that the saw is in this position, because obviously this is going to be the bottom, so I guess they want it hanging down, the weight facing in that direction. I don't know if I can do it while I'm on the camera, if I can fold it down for you or not, but I'll try. Make sure nothing's in the way. And there it is, folded up. Pretty straightforward. Pretty compact considering what it is. And it does move around pretty easy. So all in all, at this point, I'd say I'm fairly satisfied with it. Bosch does make a quality product. So after I make a few cuts with it, I'll let you know what I think. That's it.